106.7 Lights FM.
106.7 Light FM, Cubby and Christine in the morning. Christine, a guy that you've known for a long time.
Yes.
I'm just meeting him. Introduce him.
Oh, well, Cubby, this is Hunt Ethridge.
Hunt, good to meet you.
This is
Thank
Paul
you.
Cubby
Great to be
Bryant.
here.
You know, I've heard great things about you.
Yeah.
You used to come up all the time before, the pandemic hit. I mean,
The before times.
Before times.
Yes.
But you're back in studio for the first time in a long time, a
Yes.
relationship expert.
Yes.
So we come to you for all things relationship
I
related.
will do my absolute best.
You could be our dating guru.
Our
There we
dating
go.
guru.
Yes.
So we can throw a million questions at you right now. You're ready to go.
You got it.
All right.
So, what are people coming to you for right now? Because I think you do some coaching. Do you
Yep.
do matchmaking as
I
well?
do. Yes, I do.
Ooh.
Yep. I think that a lot of people have just gotten frustrated with the apps. Like you hear it every day from
That was
your
my
single
first
friends
question.
And so, because technically the point of the apps is to extract wealth, not to make you happy. If they made you happy quickly, you would get off their platform and they would make no money. So then we have the IRL group of folks like myself, matchmakers and dating coaches, where our job is to find you someone. And so there's a little bit of dissonance between the two areas of the industry. And so even before COVID, no one was saying the state of dating is great. Then we had COVID, then we lose our muscles, then we lose our friends, then we don't know what we're doing, then we're working from home. And so it has become a challenge for a lot of people to get out there and reconnect as a human,
Right.
before even like reconnect as
Right.
like dating and stuff too. So now our industry is booming because people want like just a human touch again. Talk to a real human that thinks you actually have their best interests in mind.
And how have the dating apps changed? Because I met my wife on Tinder in 2014.
Nice.
So I haven't been on a dating app in 10 years. Is it the AI? Is it the fake profiles?
There
What
is a phrase in tech called enshittification.
Yep.
Whereas they make the app awesome at first, get all of the users on, and then slowly start making paywalls, freemiums, premiums, and making the experience for the average user shittier,
Right.
so that then they will pay more to get to the higher levels. Think of Uber. Remember how cheap Uber used to be?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And not anymore, because they got you hooked on it, and then
So is that hurting the apps actually? All this increasing?
No. I mean, bottom line, absolutely not.
Right.
Because they just want money. Because there are only two companies in the dating app world. There's the one that owns Match, which is IAC, and the ones that own eHarmony. That's it. The great consolidation already happened. So they want you to go on, just say, Plenty of Fish, have a middling experience, be on it for 3 months, get off, go on Match,
Jump around, yeah.
jump around, and then they triple dipped on you 3 times because it's the same company that owns all the apps.
And not many people know that.
But like I met my wife on MySpace. So any social media is a tool just like anything else, but so is a hammer. It could be the right thing or it can destroy your life. And a lot of people don't know how to navigate that. And it can end up being really damaging to your psyche or your ego or things.
I think that's why, and producer Jamie has done the same thing. A lot of people just take a big break. They take a big step back from the apps and from dating in general. So people who want to dive back in right now and start dating, what's the best way to get started? Because as you said, we've pulled back for a while now.
Yeah. Well, I think that like impetus is we were so used to staying at home and doing everything online, and now we have to sort of force ourselves a little bit to go out and do more. For instance, I wanted more dad friends, so I started a dad's group. So
I'll be your friend.
Yeah, Cubby.
I'd love to hang out with you, man.
Yeah, let's
Bring
do
your
it.
kids. We go to a beer garden. We have beer. We bring our kids, 25 dads and kids. And now
Nothing
I
like
have
taking
more
care
friends.
of kids when you're liquored up, too, by the way.
We're like, yeah, go ahead.
go ahead, play the
play
street.
that. Oh, you found a rock. Look
Wow.
at you.
Go ahead, eat it this
Good
time.
times.
Yeah.
Well, that's now we also understand what play dates actually are.
Yeah.
You know? And so the first thing I would say is go somewhere that makes you happy. Because we get a lot of advice on, push yourself a little bit, go out to new things, say yes. And I think that that's important as well, too, new experiences. But at the same time, when you're having fun, what happens to your body language? You get excited, your eyes sparkle, you get a lot of energy. This is the best version of you that you want other people to see.
Right.
That is, and the biggest 180 about dating is it's not finding the person that you want to be with, it's becoming the person that attracts the person you want to you. And so if you're out there having fun doing something that you're enjoying, I'm looking across at that like, wow, that woman looks like she's having fun. I want to go learn more about her. I want to find out about her. Because like I always hated the Jerry Maguire, you complete me.
Yeah.
No, be complete as any of us can be. And then get two complete people together, ride shotgun and go on some adventures. But I think that people are just, again, so used to staying home these days, or they need to. It is hard to do things on your own. It is hard to create new groups of friends. But I think a lot of people attach their egos to the process, which is natural. If I'm inviting someone out and it doesn't work out, it's not because I feel this way about you.
Right.
It didn't mesh, or I'm just not used to going out anymore. And so I kind of took it. I call myself the embarrassment eater. Like, I'll set up the events for the dads. If no one shows, no problem.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask for RSVPs, because if you ask a guy to RSVP, they'll never come. I'll just be the one that does all of the work, because I think all of us want more friends, more dates, but don't know how to go about doing it. And so having fun and being the type of person that looks, because if I walk into a bar or a club here in New York City, or any social thing, and I see and I'm overgeneralizing, but I see the perfect 10 model woman with the, say, resting bitch face standing up against the wall, and then across the room I see a quote unquote 7 with a leather jacket, high-fiving someone, doing a whiskey shot, and going up to the pool game. I go, she looks fun, she looks cool, she looks comfortable in who she is.
But in my 20s, I would have gone for the RBF.
Totally.
Yep.
Because it's a challenge.
It's a challenge.
As you get older, you're like, just get right to the point. Is she cool or not? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because I think when we're young, we're trying to prove something to ourselves as well, too. And that's one of the things I actually ask a lot of my clients, especially women. What do you want? And I know that sounds easy, but do you want trust? Do you want love? Do you want a family? Do you want companionship? Do you want marriage?
Do you have to pick one, though?
No. But if you can, you could find all of those in one person. However, more
Rare.
Unlikely. So if you can identify the things that are most important to you,
Try to check off the most boxes.
and then we can kind of spiral. Like if you're a 45-year-old woman, maybe getting married isn't your priority, but trust and companionship is. Okay, no problem. Let's cycle back from that. If you're a 35-year-old woman and want to be a power couple, okay, we need to find an equal that is also looking for an equal. Again, no problem. It's New York City. It exists. But the more line items you add, the more and more challenging it's going to be to find that one person. And so I think that trying to figure out what's important to you, each of us, that's what's going to help you find the person that's going to help be wonderful for you.
Yeah.
What do you think about the trend single girl summer? Because I have a girlfriend going through this right now. Unfortunately, she was with somebody for a long time and she was blindsided. This guy just dumped her out of the blue. So, she's really slammed by it. She's trying to embrace, again, single girl summer, but she's not feeling it. But do you think that's the best advice? Is like what you were saying, she just goes out and does things that she loves?
I do think so, and I do think it's challenging, again, because we've been home for a while, and because it's just we're not used to doing things on our own necessarily, especially in a city like this too. But yeah, you sort of have to force yourself to just get out. The fear of pain is usually greater than the pain itself. Going to a party you don't want to go to, or going to the dentist afterwards, you're like, oh,
Yeah, why
that
did I
wasn't
do
so
that
bad. That
earlier?
was
Yeah,
fun. I'm glad I went to that.
Right.
But when you don't have somebody kind of like
Yeah.
egging you on, it's so much easier to just stay in your flannels and watch TV. But I will guarantee you, if you put yourself in play, things happen. It might not even be at that place. I've gone on a failed date before back in the day, got on the subway to come back home, and met a girl on the subway and got a date.
Wow.
Because I was out. I was in play. I wasn't sitting
Yeah.
at home. And I think that's, and also the correct goal setting. If the goal is to have fun, if the goal is to go out and enjoy yourself, if the goal is to have a summer that you're always going to remember, and not the goal is to get a boyfriend,
Right.
Right.
then that's going to shift. If the goal is to have fun, then you're going to attract people that want to have fun and know who this person is. All of us, I think, can sense a little bit of that. As humans, when we see something, we like to go after it. But it can be construed as chasing, desperate, needy. And it isn't necessarily, but it can be an image perceived that way. And instead, like I said, you kind of want to be the person that draws people to you. And you can do the choosing, but you just want to be careful of making the correct goal. And the correct goal is to be happy and find someone that also makes you happy.
What about how does matchmaking work? Do you have like a roster of people, and then, like you said, we are specific about what we're looking for, and then you kind of match those people, or do you go out into the world and try and find people for us?
All of the above. That's what I love about it, because so I'm lucky enough that I've been doing this for over 15 years, and so
You've won awards, by the way.
I have won some awards. There's not too many straight dudes in the industry, the song that didn't come from the horrible pickup world of nastiness back in the day. So I work with almost all of the biggest matchmaking companies in the world. And so someone comes to me, not only do I have, say, a roster that I can compare them to, but we have a huge network where I can say, hey, I have a person that's looking for X, Y, and Z. Do any of you have any clients like that or in your rosters? And then we trade, because back in the day, only a few people will understand this phrase. It used to be about your golden Rolodex, and you would protect your silo with your life, because it was only as important as the people you knew. And then around 10 years ago, I started to realize if we can all work together, make our clients happier,
Right.
make us more money, it's going to work out well for everybody. So every room I walk into, oh, there's a South Asian dude. Jasbina's looking for someone like that. Oh, there's a queer woman right there. I got to call Tony.
Right.
There's a tall woman. There's a short woman. There's an old man. There's a young man. Someone in that room, there's a matchmaker that I work with and for that is looking for that person.
There's somebody perfect for producer Jamie, right?
Yes, there is.
Right?
Yes, there is.
Because she's a catch.
Yes, there is. Yes, she is.
And we got to take care of this.
I would
right?
very much
Don't
like
mean to put you on the spot, Jamie, but I think we need to work with her.
I have another matchmaker and coach in mind that I've been talking to about Jamie, and would like to at least start talking to her. I don't know what we can do, but we all want to help each other.
Yes.
We all want to get to where everyone's smiling.
Right.
So, yeah.
Can I ask you a question? What's a good first date? I know it's all subjective, right? Everyone has a different opinion. Is it a lunch? Is it a dinner? Is it a coffee? Is it just drinks? What is the sweet spot? Is there a formula that tends to work?
There is. There's a formula that tends to work, just most people don't like the formula.
What is it?
Okay.
First one should just be under an hour, so there's no time constraints. So that it doesn't go too long. In the afternoon, so there's no will she ask, will I come up? Should I ask her to come up type thing going on. You always want them to be wanting more. And Socrates says, I can learn more about a man in an hour of play than in a lifetime of conversation. So I say no dinner dating until at least the third date.
Wow, third date.
I lived in Hoboken, so I used to take my
Johnny
dates
Rockets
shooting pool. Hey, and then
I
after
lived in
Johnny
Hoboken too.
Rockets,
Yeah.
that's absolutely what you
Yeah.
do. But I want to see, how do you deal with competition? How do you deal with winning? How do you deal with losing? How do you treat the staff? How do you deal with kind of a little bit of ball busting? I can come behind you and help you shoot a combo, that's going to tell me much more about you than your stock answer sitting across a dead piece of wood with a bunch of implements in front of it.
Wow. Okay.
But I know most people want to go out to dinner and drinks and
Most
things
people,
like that.
not in this room. That's the perfect schedule for us if we could do day dating.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You guys, as being friendly with Jamie as long
Yeah.
as I have too, it's an extra challenge, that
It
schedule.
is.
Yeah, because
people who work off hours, right? We have people working night shifts, and
that's why people use matchmakers as well too. You've got third shift people, or you've got the workaholics that if you're a 40-year-old dude that owns a plane, you're not going to Penny McDrinkerton's.
Right.
You're.
Where's that, by the way?
I don't know, but I'd like to find it. I'm down.
I was about to write it down.
And that's, I think, go where the people are. If you want to meet someone that likes boats, join a rowing club or a sailing club, or just hang out at the yacht club. I think that a lot of people think that it's only bars and only apps, and that's the only way that you can meet people. And as the world is large,
Right.
and not being coupled is not an embarrassing thing, and you should be able to use your friends and lean on them and open yourself and say, these are the things that I'm looking for. And people want to help people that want to help themselves.
absolutely.
All right, now you're a relationship expert.
I'd like to think so.
But how come no wedding ring?
I just lost mine during the pandemic.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We got married a while ago. I've been married I met my wife in MySpace in 2007. We've been married for 12 years now. Got
Wow.
2 daughters, almost, this will be 7 this month, and 4. We weren't really big ring people. She lost not her engagement ring, but she lost her wedding band like the first 2 years after like we got married. They were like cheap rings anyways. And then like with the pandemic, after like not really wearing it for like a year and a half, like it's in my house somewhere.
Oh, it's
when
in there.
But she's cool with it.
yeah.
Okay.
I will not, because I got what I wanted. My wonderful wife and family. I'm not going to act any differently whether I have a ring on or not have a ring on, because I know who I am. And so I think that's something I also have found. I kind of enjoy it because I can talk to people about movies or the weather. And people don't necessarily come up to me and immediately start talking BB about my wife and kids. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like we can talk to each other like human. But I'm not going to use it to any sort of, disadvantage. I found it very interesting. Because also one of the things that I do is I take real people out into the city to talk to people, to meet, to practice. Not to pick up women, not to pick up men, because you can't control for that and the energy's weird.
Yeah.
But just to go out and practice, like talking to humans. And there was actually a around 50-year-old divorcee that was from a culture where she was literally told to sit in the corner and shut up and not speak for her entire life. And so now she's 50 in New York and wanting to date again. And she wanted to date like New York boys, like but she had never even learned how to drop the register of her voice down into her diaphragm. Wow. So the loudest that she could talk was this. And I'm like, no one in New York's going to hear you.
Like Hooks from Police Academy. Remember that movie?
Oh, yeah.
Remember Hooks?
So we went down to New York Harbor and yelled at boats.
All right.
To train? That was training?
To get her, so she could learn to drop her voice
That's
down into
great.
her diaphragm. So I take people out to places like, I worked with one of the founders of PayPal. And it's like, you don't take him to the yacht club. Everybody knows who he is. Take him to a dive bar where no one knows who he is and let him just interact as a human being.
Right.
And so that's my favorite part, too. Because, again, I think a lot of men think if I go up and talk to you or touch you in the slightest, I'm going to get slapped and arrested for assault. That's not going to happen. And so when I can get out there and be like, watch me go talk to this group of people. What did you see? What do you notice? I'll throw myself out there so that you can see nothing bad is going to happen.
Right.
Or this woman that was 50 and divorced, she literally said to me, I'm broken and useless. Who's going to want me? I said, shut up. Selma Hayek is older than you, so you got nothing to talk about right now. But it takes a little
How
bit
is she
to
doing, by
take
the way,
it.
now?
She's doing great.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
she actually, I went up last year to the Toronto International Film Festival, and she flew up with me separately, but came up there, and I kind of took her around to some of the parties to give her some life experiences and things to talk about.
Wow, nice.
And so, yeah, she's doing much better now. And that's what makes me happy.
How many people stop you and think you're John Stamos?
I haven't gotten that one.
Really?
I'll take it.
I don't know. I
Should I?
what do you
just,
get? Okay,
get
there you go. There you go. Yeah. No, what do you get? I feel like you look like somebody.
Well, with the name Hunt, when I have longer hair, people call me Ethan Hunt.
Okay.
Which is Tom Cruise's character in Mission Impossible.
Oh.
That I have heard a lot. I can show you a picture of Ian Somerhalder. When I used to model back in the day, I can show you a picture of him that I still have in a Guess ad that looks so spitting image to me. People came up to me, and guess my wife's 2 favorite actors are Ian Somerhalder and Keanu Reeves.
Wow.
And I'm sort of, I guess, in some.
No, I've noticed
version
since
of
you've
that.
been here,
Yeah,
a couple
yeah.
of double takes by the window.
Hey.
And I'm like, do they think he's John Stamos maybe, or Michael Damian?
Some guys in there. What I'm talking about. Yes, how is Nina Dobrev these days? Yeah.
Well, we could talk to you forever, but if people want more info on you, huntforadvice.com, right?
Huntforadvice.com. Yep. Name works well for marketing. You can also.
Can people actually ask you questions or reach you?
Yeah. You can reach
hire
out.
you?
Yes. Instagram. You can find me on Quest for Advice. I've probably got about 500 published articles and 100 or so videos out there talking about what I do. So there's a lot of information. You can listen to my voice, see if you like what you hear, and I would like to help you. My own tagline is changing the world one smile at a time. I think that's what I'm doing. I want to make your world a better place as well.
Wow, well said.
Take it. Thank
Hunt
you so
Ethridge,
much, Hunt.
everybody.
It's
We
good
love
to
you.
see
Thank you.
Very inspiring.
Great being
Thank you.
here.
106.7 Lights FM.